Okay, what we've got here, we've got some information and we've got some unknowns, and we're going to try and find this equation basically using some information about what we've got there. So what it's doing, it's telling us that the point 1.5 and 6 is a stationary point on the curve that. Then it's asking us to determine the values of A and B. Now what we can do, we can take this information, and because it tells us it's a point on the curve, we can take this and substitute it into there. So I'm just going to change that 1.5 to 3 over 2. So we've got 3 over 2 and 6. Now that'll substitute into that equation. So instead of y, we'd have 6 equals A, 3 over 2 squared plus B, 3 over 2 plus 15. We'll bring that 15 over and simplify the rest of it. So we've got 6 minus 15, we end up with negative 9 equals 9a over 4 plus 3b over 2. Now what we do is that we can rearrange this. So I'm going to multiply this all by 4. Then I'm going to get negative 36 equals 9a plus 6b. And then I'm going to write this in terms of b. So we will have negative 9a minus 36 equals 6b. And I'm going to divide both sides by 6 so that we've got b. So we end up with negative 9 over 6a minus 6 equals b. So that's what we've got there. So now we've got a value for b. The other thing we can do here, it tells us that it's a stationary point. Now we know at a stationary point that the derivative equals 0. So I'm going to differentiate this thing. So we end up with dy dx equals 2x plus b. So we know that 2x plus b equals 0 when x equals 1.5. So that gives us 1.5 plus b equals 0. So we end up with 3 plus b equals 0. So that implies that b equals negative 3. So there we go, there's our value for b. So then, from there, what we can do, we can substitute this into this equation here. So we've got negative 9 over 6 minus 6 equals negative 3. And that should be an A. So we bring this negative 6 over to the other side, make it plus 6. So then with negative 9 over 6, A equals 3. Multiply both sides by 6. We end up with negative 9a equals 16. Divide both sides by that equals 18, not 16. And then we divide both sides by negative 9 to get a equals negative 2. So we end up with negative 2x squared minus 3b squared plus 15. And then of course to check, we'd go and we'd differentiate that. So just to recap, we've got information. We're told that it's a point on the graph. We can substitute those values in directly. Once we've done that, then we can also differentiate because we're told this is a stationary point where the gradient equals 0. So we differentiate this, let it equal 0, and then substitute the numbers in. So we know 1.5. So that's what we end up with there. We expand and we'd be able to find one variable. Once we've got one variable, we can substitute it to find the other one.